are ya? Noxis Flak here, and welcome to the first video for the original Call of Duty campaign series for December 2021. This is one of my favorite first-person shooter campaigns. It was one of my top 6 or 7 first ever PC games. And this is a very different game than Call of Duty is today. It's a lot more real. It's a lot more based on what actually happened. It's not really a happy story. But before we get started, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And I love it when you make comments, even if it's gobbledygook. It helps me out, and I try to respond or at least give some sort of feedback, whether it be a like if it's not really respondable, like if you're just like, good job, okay. You know, I'll try my best. Alright, with that cringe out of the way, let's start a new game. I'm going to be a regular. August 9th, 1942, Camp Toccoa, Georgia. More long marches tomorrow than obstacles with Captain Foley and weapon training with Sergeant Moody. Everyone is dead tired. Another guy got RTU returned to unit yesterday. He begged the sergeant to let him stay. My unit, the 506th Paratrooper Regiment, is an all-volunteer unit. I'm lucky to serve with these guys. There's no one I'd rather have watching my back. As like a side note, a lot of people in World War II were drafted against their will, so it's a little bit more meaningful that all these guys were volunteers. Nowadays, in the West anyway, everyone's a volunteer, but things used to be different. Our officers drill us continuously. I've trained for months, and I haven't even jumped out of an airplane yet. The Army has never had an airborne unit before, and that makes the brass nervous. And what makes the brass nervous makes us drill even harder.
Alright, listen up.
Hello.
Private Martin, you're on the obstacle course and doing weapons training today.
Oh, look at that.
Before starting the obstacle course, read
Use
each of these important
grenades,
signs.
the team,
Do what they tell
always
you.
cover. Reload before battle.
Good.
Suppressive
Now
flank.
check your objectives. You'll notice that your current objective is highlighted. In addition, the location of your current objective is marked by the star on your compass.
So you can hold tab
That's it.
for the mission
Close
objectives.
enough. You will notice that objective is checked off, and you now have a new one.
Martin,
What's
good
up,
to see
boys?
you.
Move it, ladies! This
They
is
got
not
your
your
story
Aunt
about here
Fanny's
too, huh?
dance.
Alright, we're gonna go through the obstacle course, just like real
Jump
basic.
over 'em. Come on, Elder, get the lead out!
Alright,
Not
control
bad.
to GoPro.
Now hit the dirt and crawl forward under the barbed wire.
Doing my best, Dad. Oh, my ears, don't do it.
Sergeant, fire up those machine guns.
Ow.
Those are live rounds, boys. Stay low.
It's really
Stay
loud.
down.
Is he using an MG42? Where'd he get one?
Climbing ladders, Private. Let's go.
I don't
let's
think
go,
they
let's go.
made the 50 cal, the famous American
Private
50
Martin,
cal in this
proceed
game.
through that
They
door.
just used the
Sergeant Moody's going to
MG42.
take you through weapons
Eyes up,
training.
Private.
Hi, Sergeant
I'm up
Moody.
here
Stay
in
right
the
here.
observation tower. Grab one of those M1A1 carbines from the table.
Nice.
To get more ammo, grab it from any loose weapon of the same type you are carrying. Fire 6 more rounds at your target.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Different
skipping ahead.
stances and while moving. All right, Private. Move on to the
This will
next
show him a
area.
time when
Grab up a
Lost
Springfield
and
rifle
all the
from
other
the
stuff
table,
wasn't, like,
switching it
common
for your
by now.
carbine. Turn to the left. Move to the fence and fire 2 rounds at your target.
that's not good.
Now fire 2 rounds at your target.
Probably gonna have to
while
change
aiming
the
down your
graphic
sight.
settings before the next video.
All right. I hope it's clear to you that you will be more accurate while aiming down the sight. All right, Private. Move on to the next area.
Oh, here's the good stuff.
Exchange your Springfield for one of the
Yeah.
Thompson submachine guns on the table.
Yeah.
With hands, you can only carry besides your sidearm and grenades. Take a few seconds while aiming down your sight. You're gonna move slower this way.
Yep.
In close quarters combat, you can hit your enemy with the
Shift.
butt end of your weapon. This is called a melee attack. Try it with your Thompson.
Oh.
Don't screw
I hit
around,
sticky
kid.
keys on
This
accident.
is for real. Outstanding, Private. Proceed to the next area.
Probably should turn that
Pick
off.
up the frag grenades from the table. Pick them up. Throw a grenade into each of the openings before you. Rock and fire.
There we go.
Move behind the concrete post. Lean out to the left,
All right,
then the
explosive
right.
training.
This will help protect you
Oh yes,
from
this is
the
what
enemy.
health packs look like.
Remember,
Bigger
Private,
the better.
if you get hurt,
Bigger the more
grab
health.
one of those health kits and use it. Don't be a hero. They will save your life. Note that a stopwatch has
I'm
appeared.
rushing and skipping
This will
his
tell you how
chats.
much time you have to get your butt out of there unless you want it blown off. Fire in the hole!
Nice. Graphics.
Good job, Private. Well done.
Alright, that was training. And frankly, that's not long enough for a video. So we're going to do the first part of the first mission until we get another screen like this. Every man's life ends in the same way. It is only the details of how he lived and how he died that distinguishes one man from another. Ernest Hemingway. Pretty fun. A lot of memories right now. Feel free to comment if you played this when you were younger.
Baker Company, listen up. This is the big one. Operation Overlord, the air and seaborne invasion of Normandy. On H-Hour D-Day, seaborne infantry will attack 5 beaches codenamed Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword here on the coast of Normandy. Utah and Omaha beaches will be attacked by 3 of our infantry divisions. At the same time, 2 British and 1 Canadian division will hit Gold, Juno, and Sword beaches. The airborne will be landing 6 hours before H-Hour, before the air and naval bombardments. The British 6th Airborne Division will be landing here. At the same time, the 101st and the 82nd Airborne will be landing in these areas. The Dews River Estuary here divides Utah and Omaha Beach. The mission of the 101st is to capture the Dews River crossings linking Utah and Omaha Beach and to protect the flanks of Utah Beach. This road here is the main highway that connects the entire Cotentin Peninsula. The Germans have troop concentrations in this region. When those troops are mobilized into a counterattack on the beaches, they'll have to move along this road. The 101st is going to make sure that doesn't happen.
That's right.
Baker Company, that's us,
Yep.
has been assigned this causeway here. The Pathfinders, like Private Martin,
Oh, no,
will be
that's
dropped
me.
ahead of the main force and will
Oh,
plant
boy.
beacons on the ground to mark the landing zones. However, there is no telling what will happen once we're on the ground. So I want all of you to learn the objectives of every unit in both the 101st and 82nd. I also want you to study these maps and photographs until you've memorized them. We will be landing behind the Atlantic Wall, between several German garrisons. We can't expect to be relieved until at least several hours after H-Hour. This is what we've been training for. Good luck.
Ooh. Man, they made that pretty real. That really felt like the real deal. June 5th, 1944, 1800 hours, Greenham Common, England. I'm about 3 hours. I will be in Normandy as one of the Pathfinders for my unit. I'll be landing ahead of the main airborne force. The Pathfinders land before the main force and place beacons on the landing fields to guide the rest of the pilots and paratroopers in. The brass are sending the airborne in first in the early hours of the morning to protect the flanks of the Utah Beach. At first light, the main force of the invasion will hit the beaches. For weeks, the entire invasion force, more than 175,000 men, have been cooped up and forbidden contact with anyone outside, with nothing to do but memorize maps and battle plans. They're all quite eager to be in France. A few hours ago, General Eisenhower paid us a visit. If we pull all this off, the Germans are in for one heck of a surprise, and I do appreciate the M1911 write-up here. Kind of the cool overview, some pictures, maps itself. Check this out right at the beginning. Parachuted in. Yeah, so I would say, with confidence, this is way more equipment than one typical USGI would have. Typically, you'll just have one rifle, maybe like a M1 Garand. Yeah, the M1 carbine's a thing too. And the Tommy guns were typically the officers, and if you were an officer, then you'd have a pistol. Also, like, tankers would have only a pistol, but it's a little weird that I have all 3. But I would typically have grenades. It's my buddy, airborne, died from the tree. But we got his equipment, so that's nice.
Do
you hear it?
Na, weil sie diesen Sektor schon seit Wochen bombardieren.
Na und? Die bombardieren
There's
noch
second
heiß.
German.
So, schon besonders sind.
Were you still talking? Like he was still there? Alright, this cool little bunker. Oh, see that music? This is where things get pretty cool. Can you hear the radio going crazy? Planes are here. Friendlies. Here comes the airborne. Oh yeah. Look at all those Americans.
You guys, over here!
What's up?
Defensive positions, get down!
Oh! Tell me to crouch. Whoa! Wowie, zowie. That has to be the first time that Putt the Time Traveling Car was referenced in a Call of Duty. Open the door! Okay, you can't open doors, only the AI can do that for you. It's an old game, okay? Picking up some health on the ground. Yeah, the Thompson's pretty healthy. Whoa! Oh no! It's out America! Another dead American! Oh, I knew it because I've played before, which admittedly is kind of cheating. Alright, just to show you, you can pick up the German guns. They typically don't have a lot of ammo, and the Tommy gun is really good. MP40. Warning, radical opinions. Am I better? I just mean I'm pretty sure the stats are identical. Except for the MP40 does hold 2 bullets. Some of these missions are so long that you'll actually run out of ammo with the guns you start with. And so you'll have to use German equipment, but there are some German guns I think are cooler than the American ones. It's just a Tommy gun, that's just it's a classic Americana. Americana right there. Oh, I shot a friend. I shot a friend. War is horrible. Health pack. Very nice. Friendlies often will drop guns, so I can switch to the classic M1 Garand, which you cannot reload, but you can make that ting sound. Oh, I'm so torn. The ting sound. More ammo capacity. Dang it, we're gonna do ammo. But logic has won the day. Oh, the M1 Garand is a much cooler gun. Man, I was talking the entire time. Yeah, so we're gonna say we landed. Let's call that part 1. I have never made but one prayer to God, a very short one. Oh Lord, make my enemies ridiculous, and God granted it. Alright, we're going to pause it there, and let me know what you think. What's your first impression of the original Call of Duty? What differences are you seeing? Are you seeing anything that they brought, and is still there at the Call of Duties today? Let me know in the comments below. This is just video 1 of the December 2021 holiday, almost said Halloween, wow, holiday special. Alright, this has been Noxis Flak. Like, subscribe, cringe, you know how it is, and I'll see you in the next one.